This is it. Judgment Day for Destiny 2 begins tomorrow with the launch of Destiny 2 Renegades. We're going to find out some answers on the future of this franchise. It's been a long and winding road for Destiny 2, and 11 years later, here we are at what is truly the most important moment for this franchise. We have been looking very closely at the population, at the decline of Destiny 2. We've been following the Steam charts. And now, just as we reach that final climactic moment with the final shape, we are reaching this final moment for Destiny 2 and this Year of Prophecy Fate Saga. If you don't know, before Edge of Fate launched right here, we were talking about Destiny 2 being in a low point. 38,000, right? That was crazy. From the month prior, we are like, oh, 59,000, we're kind of holding a decent amount of players. We dropped to 38,000 just before Edge of Fate launched. And we thought at that time that Destiny was in a really bad spot. Then Edge of Fate launched to 100,000, roughly less than 100,000. This was raid day actually with 108. And it quickly plummeted down to numbers that we thought we would never see. Numbers that made Curse of Osiris look good. And now you can see here for ever since, when did it start here? September 15th was really the low point here. Really, no, September 1st, honestly. September 1st, all the way on until December now. It has just been a very sad and depressing decline for Destiny 2. But all of that changes tomorrow because Renegades will be launching. And this is a moment in time where Bungie has another chance to captivate the Destiny audience, to capture new players, to bring old players that have left from long ago back with this Star Wars themed expansion. And I wanted to give you my predictions on what I think is going to happen. And I know no other content creator is going to do this because this could end up being so very wrong and way off. And obviously, when you look at the history of Destiny 2 and its success and failures, it's been a wild ride to say the least, right? It's definitely a bipolar relationship that we have with this video game franchise, to say the least. But given my 20,000 hours playing this game from the very beginning in Destiny 1 all the way until the Edge of Fate, I find it only appropriate just to give my predictions, just to see if we are right, just to see if things hold true. Edge of Fate will launch tomorrow, December 2nd, and it's going to last for about 6 months, so presumably until May. And my first prediction is that it's probably going to launch at Edge of Fate levels or worse. And the only reason why this wouldn't be accurate is if Bungie does pay a ton of marketing money to pump this game out and get it in front of people's eyes. But from what I've seen across social media, I haven't seen a ton of that. So my prediction is that it's probably going to launch near Edge of Fate, which currently was at about 811,000 during its peak. I would be wildly surprised if it went over a million, right? Final Shape launched to 1.8 million. If Renegades launched over a million, that would be a crazy surprise for me. I would literally stick a lightsaber up my rectum if it got over a million. Given all of the sentiment towards the game, towards Bungie, and everything that's been going on, I can't help but feel like this is going to launch to worse numbers than Edge of Fate. That's my initial prediction. And best case scenario, it launches to equal numbers to Edge of Fate. Now, why is this? Why do you feel that way? Well, the fatigue has settled in for a lot of Destiny 2 players, and a lot of people have checked out. As you can see, the population numbers dwindling. And for some crazy reason, I think that there's this idea that there's this massive Star Wars community that whenever Star Wars collaborates with something, they all come over in hordes. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of new players playing this game for the first time ever because Star Wars is a part of it. And I just don't think that's true. I think that Star Wars itself is kind of a dying franchise. A lot of people who speak about Star Wars say negative things like, Disney ruined it, and I hate Star Wars now. I used to love it, which sucks. I mean, I hate to hear that. I've never particularly been a big Star Wars fan. Like, I have watched the movies, and I have watched Andor and Mandalorian. Both were pretty good. But a lot of the Star Wars fan base themselves are pretty angry at Disney for the direction they've taken that franchise. So you've got one angry fan base and another angry fan base merging together. I mean, we're about to see potentially the most hatred of any piece of content in the history of the entire internet, Like, this could be a perfect storm of just pure hatred towards Bungie. And I hope it's not that. Like, I hope that this is like at least manageable. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, people are just like, yeah, cool. Like, I got a lightsaber now. This is awesome, because the potential outcome from this could be really bad. Like, just to give you some context, Star Wars has collaborated with Fortnite already, which, I mean, I don't know that a whole lot of Star Wars people were logging into Fortnite for that, but maybe. You know, they've already collaborated with Minecraft, so you already got the two biggest games in the entire world locked in. Then you've got The Sims 4, Destiny 2 now, right? And then Angry Birds and Soul Calibur 4. I think they've also collaborated with, I guess looks like Monopoly Go, Lego Fortnite, even Helldivers, I believe. No, apparently that hasn't happened yet. It's just been a fan-made crossover. But needless to say, the Star Wars collaboration, it's been done many times over with many other games. And the Star Wars IP is cool. You know, I like some of the things in Star Wars. I like lightsabers, I like the Jedi. But is it going to make a meaningful difference? Is it going to move the needle in such a way that we're going to sit back tomorrow as we look at the population, because we will, literally tomorrow, there will be a video where we talk about this, and go, damn, you guys did it. You delivered in a big way right when we needed it. I don't know if Star Wars does that, man. I really don't think Star Wars does that. I'm telling you right now, my predictions are about as skeptical as they could possibly get. Could I be wrong? Maybe. Honestly, I hope I'm wrong, because I would love for Destiny 2 to hit these high notes like it's seen in the past. And even if it doesn't get as crazy as, Lightfall, right? 1.8 million people online, even just 1 million people would honestly, that would be a W for Renegades. If Renegades hit 1 million people, that would be an absolute W. If Renegades only hit Edge of Fate numbers, that would be acceptable, but we're on shaky ground. And if Renegades does substantially worse than Edge of Fate, we're about to see a very scary future for this franchise. Certainly, there will be more layoffs. Certainly, there will be a lot of chaos within studios, PlayStation Studio, Bungie, whatever they're called these days. But let me know how you feel about it. Do you think that Renegades is going to move the needle? Do you think that this is going to get everyone back online, get everyone excited? Do you think this is going to capture our attention, even if not for just one day or one week? How will it last as well is another important question, because this is meant to go for a 6-month period. Final Shape did really well, but then obviously didn't age very well afterwards. Edge of Fate didn't start off well and really aged poorly. Now I'm worried where we're going for the next 6 months. Hopefully, Bungie has calculated and calibrated how to release the content for this and keep things going, because as sad as it is to say, when we look at these charts where we said, oh, Destiny is dying, man, Destiny is dying, 38,000 people, look at how bad it is. Oh, this is so terrible, It can always get worse. We were astonished when it got significantly worse than the last few months of the Final Shape, like that was insane. When we got to that level so fast, we're like, whoa, I didn't expect this many people to just leave. I mean, people are leaving in hordes. We can't do that again. I mean, if you think about the numbers, you literally could not do that again. Like, we've lost tens of thousands of people. We've lost a substantial percentage of our population. This is just looking at PC, by the way. Another loss to 10,000 people, 20,000 people means there's no one on, at least in terms of Steam, right? Obviously, there's a ton of people playing on console. We know that well, but the two have a correlation. If Steam chart is going down and down and down, the console chart is matching that perfectly. But those are my predictions for Destiny 2 Renegades, which launches tomorrow. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. We've been covering this extensively, talking about Renegades for quite some time now, and hopefully it does deliver in a way that truly blows us all away, because that's what Bungie needs right now. That's what Destiny needs right now. That's what's going to keep this game going for many more years to come. And I'm really scared to see what happens. Like, honestly, like, I've had a lot of nerves going into expansions over the years, just because I was excited about what was going to happen. I was like, wow, I don't know what they're going to show us tomorrow. Like, it's going to be so interesting. It's going to be so wild. And there is still some chills like that. I want to see what the story's about. I'm actually curious to use some of these exotics and these new weapons. And I know I'm going to have some fun with it, but I'm worried that my fun and the fun of the people that watch these videos and play this game is turning into such a sub niche that our game is going to dwindle away. Our game that we have spent tens of thousands of hours on, myself, maybe you've spent thousands or hundreds of hours, and I worry that the game that we actually really like quite a bit could be dwindling away, and that tomorrow would and could potentially be the literal judgment day for Destiny 2.